Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Room 210's Mathematical Community. Our class has worked in small groups to consider the question, what are the chances? This video walks you through the discussion that followed after working together. It focuses on how we communicate probability of an event. Consider a standard deck of cards. 52 in the deck, 4 suits, spades, diamonds, clubs, and hearts. What are the chances of choosing a heart, a red card, a number 7 card? It can be argued that this is not a particularly rich math task. Some might say that there is one answer, and perhaps even just one way of getting to that answer. But the value of this task comes from the discussion of how we communicate probability. Take a look at 3 student solutions for the chance of choosing a red card from the deck. Solution 1, equally likely. We say equally likely, half of the deck is black and the other half is red. Solution 2. What are the chances of a red card? 26 out of 52. Solution 3. Red card is 26 out of 52 equal half or equally likely. So, to communicate probability, should we A, use probability terms only, like likely, certain, B, use fractions only, C, use fractions and corresponding probability terms? Which would you choose, and why? Please pause the video and think about this for a moment. The negotiation in our class began with the idea that probability terms like likely and unlikely do give you a sense of the probability of an event. But if student groups identified the chance of a club and the chance of a number 7 as both being unlikely, then how could we distinguish our preference for one event over the other? Would you prefer the chance of picking a club or the chance of picking a number 7 card? So probability terms like likely, unlikely, they can represent a range of numeric values. An unlikely chance of an event could be 5 out of 52, or it could be 15 out of 52. Describing probability with a fraction will express the degree of certainty or uncertainty beyond just the term. Students in our class said that they preferred communication with a fraction because it was more specific. But then, do we need both a fraction and a probability term to effectively communicate the chances of an event? There may be times when the fraction will need to be justified or explained further. Is 13 out of 52 a reasonable chance? It just depends on the question. As for the term equally likely, does it always mean 1/2? Does it ever mean 1/2? Consider the chance of landing on red with the spinner on this slide. Red has an equally likely chance of winning, but that doesn't necessarily mean 1/2. Now it's your turn. Look at the problem below Is the probability of getting a card with clubs higher if you play with one deck of cards or if you combine two decks of cards together? Justify your answer. Think about it.